Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Today is Saturday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful night. I don't know where you're at. Um, I'm here because I just needed to vent. I'm not really gonna do the cards because honestly, you guys, I don't need to use the cards. I really don't. I will use them when I am guided to do so, but I really don't, whatever I get, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm getting. But I just needed to talk, or maybe just talk to myself. But anyway, whoever listens to it, it might help. So yesterday was very interesting. I always say everything happens for a reason, okay? Everything, okay? Everything happens for a reason. But sometimes when things happen, it doesn't really feel that well. It doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good, right? It really doesn't. But anyway, so yesterday I just finished doing CTTs, not CCT, it's CTT. Okay, and I was feeling good. The frequency was up, I could feel it, and it was good. And all of a sudden, I get up because I'm running late, because I don't like running late. I don't. And the reason why is because for my second job, we have guards that, they've been there for 8 hours, and I like people to get home to their family. The reason why I like doing that, because I like the same thing. I like people to have respect and be there on time so I can get the hell out of there. I don't want to be there any longer than 8 hours, right? So I like to get there at least 10 minutes ahead of time or whatever. That's a control thing on my end, okay? And as I was doing CTT, I realized that the time that I normally get ready, I was running late. I really was. But I didn't care. It's weird. I didn't care. I just knew I was going to be on time, but I didn't care to rush or anything like that. So me and my daughter, we went to pick up some food, and I had a bag on a table because I don't like leaving trash in my house. It's if it's trash that I just accumulated that day, and it's sitting, instead of putting it in the trash, I just put it on a table or on the side, knowing I'm going to take it out that night. So that's what I did. So as I'm leaving, I'm ready to go. I got ready in time. I knew I wasn't going to be late. And I have my keys and headed to the car with the bag in my hand. So I have to go to the trash first, right? The dumpster. And I have my backpack because I wanted to do a little bit of studying. All of a sudden, guys, I swear to God, I threw the bag in the trash and my keys were with it. I didn't realize it at the time until I'm headed to my car. I'm like, where's my keys? So I thought maybe I put it in my backpack because I thought I forgot my phone. I went into my bag, my phone was there. So I had this, and it was in my bag. And I look at my bag and my keys weren't there. And I'm like, did I just throw my damn keys in the trash? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So I'm devastated. So I'm like, oh my God. Now, a lot of homeless people, they're always in the trash. It would have been nice to see one this time because I would have been like, look, I'll pay you $50 if you just find my keys, right? No one was around. No one was around. So I'm like, oh my God, my keys. And I got to get to work. Oh my God, right? And I'm nervous. See, I'm more concerned about being late for these other people. So my mind was rushing all over the place. And I have to be there at 10. So I think it was around, what time was it? I don't know. It was probably around 9:20 now, right? It takes me at least 30 minutes to get to work. And I'm like, okay, I need to look in this trash. I don't want to dig in this trash, but I got to dig in this trash to get my keys. So I go into the trash and I'm like, I can't. So I run upstairs, give me some gloves, and I go back downstairs. And then realize I need a step stool because I can't go deep. I'm not getting into the trash. I'm just not. Sorry, not inside the trash. So I have a step stool. So I go back to the apartment and get my step stool and realize the step stool is not that high, but it still gave me some leverage. So I'm in the trash, bend over. Not only that, it's getting all on my clothes, the dirt, whatever. Ugh. So I'm in the trash and everything like that. So I was very humbled. He was humbling, I'm telling you. So I'm looking in there and I'm like, where in the hell are these keys? Because at least, come on, I looked in a bag that I had, no keys. I looked all around that area, no keys. Thank God there wasn't a lot of trash in there. So that's what I'm like, there wasn't really a lot of trash in the trash bin. So it's like, where's my keys? So I'm like, oh my God. So I can't find my keys and I'm flipping out. I come into the house and I'm pissed off. And my daughter, you know, like when you go into stuff and someone asks you just dumbass questions. They're just asking you questions back to back. You're like, I ain't got time to answer these damn questions. This is something you could think on your own and put two and two together. You know me. You know that I would do that already. So why are you asking me these questions? And it had nothing to do with that person. It just has something to do with what you're dealing with, right? So anyway, I can't find the keys. Now I do know that I have a spare in my lockbox. I have a spare key, car, you know, those car remote things that cost an arm and a leg. And then I also have a spare key for my home. So I looked at that as a blessing, okay? Because if I didn't have that, I would be effed up. Because then again, you guys think about it. I can't go anywhere without a key. I can't go anywhere. So I look at my box and I have my keys, but I couldn't get into my box because my keys, my lock, my two keys are on my keys, my regular keys, which is stupid. So I realized, why am I doing that? Like, you should always have a spare key somewhere else, somewhere in your house, and you can have it on your key ring. That's a lesson I have to learn. So I got like a plier, not a plier, but like a, what is that called? A screwdriver, and I just got it open. Guys, it was so damn easy to get open. I don't understand why I even need that box. But anyway, it's not important. I end up opening the box. I find the key, the car, one of the car things, and I got my extra key. I go back outside. I'm excited, ready to go because I don't have time. I go chirp, chirp. There's no chirp, chirp. There's no chirp, chirp. I have to go back in the house. And normally, guys, people don't keep those little remote batteries on them. They just don't. I bought a pack of them, so I needed them. So I had like 2 left. Thank God. And I knew exactly where they were at. Thank God. Because normally I forget where I put my stuff. So I found it. And I was trying to open it. And my brain was rushing. My daughter goes, let me open it. I opened it for you. So she opened it. But when she opened it, she opened it so much, everything came out of place. And it takes a minute to even try to put everything in place. So that takes time. So I'm like, why did you open it like that? And she goes, I didn't mean I opened it. You need it. I go, she goes, at least I opened it. I go, yeah, you opened it, but now we have more time I have to spend here. So again, I'm tripping out. So I think it's like 9:45, and I knew I was gonna make it there in time. So I called the office, and Pedro answers the phone. Now, Pedro is someone I met like probably 2 years ago. The sweetest guy ever. He has a heart of gold. He's a family-oriented person. He just really sweet, big heart. When we met, it was just like, he was just cool as hell, And he was training someone at the time. So when he picked up, it's like my anxiety just went down. And I explained to him what was going on. He goes, Keisha, don't worry about it. He goes, handle it and just come. Don't worry about it. If it was the other kid, he would have been in panic talking about, I have to go, right? But Pedro was there and that was cool. So that was good. So finally my daughter gets the remote in pieces. She should get it together. The battery's in there. I go to the car. It doesn't lock. My car doesn't lock. So I really need to get another remote. I'm going to get that. It's going to probably cost me, what, $150 to $250. They just be charging the most. But anyway, I got to have it. I got to have it extra because if I didn't have it extra this time, I would have been screwed. So I got to get it. And then I need a mailbox key because I didn't have too many keys on my key ring anyway. And sometimes when you don't need to be paying attention to what's on your key ring, you don't know. So I might later on say, oh my God, I had that on my key ring. Oh shoot. I can't think of anything else I had on my key ring. But anyway, so now I'm driving, I'm able to drive and everything like that. So when I get to the office, as I'm driving, I realize like everything happens for a reason. There was a reason why I was on the street at that time. And this is also something I'm supposed to learn. It's too much control. It's okay. I lost my keys. Okay, it happened. And I was so hard on myself, but it happened. It is what it is. God dang. We move on. I had a spare key. I had another key. That's a blessing. You know what I mean? If I didn't have that, it would have been worse. Not only that, anything could have happened as I was driving to work. Maybe, Spirit was protecting me from something that if I was on the street at that particular time, something bad would have happened. I believe that, guys. So as I go to work, I see Pedro because I haven't seen him in a while. Oh my God, he's the sweetest guy. He's from Peru. So he built a home in Peru and he loves going back there all the time. He tells me all these crazy stories. It's so cool. And, his energy was so calming. And as I was telling him this story, he goes, remember this. He goes, everything happens for a reason. He goes, you wouldn't be in that situation if you weren't supposed to. He told me exactly what I was thinking, but I needed to hear it. And he told me that. Then he told me a situation before that happened. And he goes, so look at it that way. He goes, something good is going to come out of it. And I was like, oh my God, that is so true. So anyway, I needed to tell you that story because some people need to hear it. Someone needs to hear it, Even if I'm just recording myself and I can just replay it, maybe I need to hear that again. It's just amazing to think about that kind of stuff. And, just like me being in school right now, it's hard as hell. I'm not going to lie. It's a struggle for me. It really is. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of homework. It's a lot. But it's only for a year. Well, actually 9 months. If I stay consistent going to school on time, it's only for that amount of time. So I look at it like that. I look at it on the positive side. I think last week I was more negative, but now this right here that took place, that needed to happen. That's what I think I've learned from this, because even though it's hard in school, there's always a light at the end of that tunnel. So if you are listening to this and you feel like I'm blabbing, really listen to the key words. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. I truly believe everything was already written before we got here, okay? And it's how you handle it. Like I said, remember I was saying in one previous video, you can make that issue like this, or you could put more energy into it and blow it up to make it worse, okay? I think I had it, and I think it blew up like this, and then it went down a little bit. But it was an experience, and it didn't feel good at the time. I'm not even gonna lie. It didn't feel good, but now I know. So if this helps anybody, it reaches anybody, I'm glad you're listening. And I hope it helps, okay? So anyway, you guys have a good day. I haven't really done any cards. Like I said, next time I do videos, it's probably gonna be more like talking, giving you downloads. I love the tools. I love the metaphysical tools, but my strengths aren't really it's not with the tools, because I don't need the tools. Okay. I know that sounds a little cocky, and however you want to take it, but I do have that gift to be able to hear spirit, see spirit, and I'm a seer. So it's like I can see certain things, like things before they happen. I can't do that for myself. If I could, I wouldn't be here. That's just, hell, I could win the damn lottery. But honestly, I feel I didn't write that in my script anyway, to win the lottery. So, and when I say write in your script, that means I'm saying before you got here in spirit, when you're spirit, you already wrote your script. You already wrote exactly what you wanted to learn here on earth. And honestly, we have to keep it real. We're supposed to go through a lot of shit. Nothing. If you're not gonna ascend if you're just having this life like this. You have to be going through stuff, okay? And remember, duality. You have to go through some shit in order to see the light. You got to go through the dark to see the light. It's duality, okay? So if you're going through some shit, I mean, I hate to curse, but if you guys are going through some heartache, you're going through a lot of trauma right now, and it's hard for you, trust me, you're going to see the light. But you got to learn from that. So the question is, what are you learning from that? Because if you're not learning from that, whatever's going on in your life that's traumatic, you're going to keep going through that until you learn from it so you can see the light. And then there's good that comes in that. It never stays bad. And it's never going to stay good all the time. Now, the good might not be as harsh. Like if you're in the good and you've learned a lot of lessons, and you know, again, the more lessons you learn, the more good that comes to you. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, the wheel always has to turn. So we all know in tarot there is the wheel of fortune. The wheel has to turn. Duality is the key. Balance. So anyway, talk to you later. Bye.